Good morning, Thomas Frank. What a beautiful morning I'm sure he's had in his Arsenal PJs. If you don't get what I'm on about, it's after this man was spotted with an Arsenal cup. Probably the number one thing you don't do as a Tottenham manager, be spotted with anything to do with Arsenal. Especially drinking out one of their cups they left behind. I'm not being funny, how dim do you have to be to not check the cup? That he doesn't have your biggest rival on. Surely you notice it. And that was the least of Spurs' problems last night, as these two have took a stand against the fans and the ownership in one night. Van de Ven going in after the game looked like he's going to go fight the fans, which is ridiculous considering they've travelled all that way. I know it isn't that far, but it's a Wednesday night and it's all the way to the south coast. And they're Tottenham's most loyal supporters, and it's very difficult to get a ticket to Bournemouth away. And going to fight them after they're rightfully angry because you've lost again. And Romero calling out the whole ownership is just mental. Tottenham's captain and vice-captain seemingly have both lost their heads. Who could blame them, to be fair? They're playing probably in the worst Spurs sides I've ever seen. The worst Spurs side since last year. But it seems to me this man's trying to get himself sacked. Is he going to do an Amorim and a Maresca? He needs to be backed in January, so Spurs are going to continue to be low bottom half table. They're struggling, Spurs. They're struggling badly. They do not need Semenyo banging that in the last minute. But can we just 1 minute about Polina's goal? Wow. And you score that and you lose. Unlucky, lad. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on Thomas Frank and how good of a morning has he had in his Arsenal PJs. Let me know.